Good evening and welcome, and thank you for joining me tonight. My name is Michele and I'm an independent demonstrator with Stamping Up. Now, at the moment, I seem to be still having a few issues with my internet, so we're going to cross our fingers and cross our legs and everything else, and hopefully we'll keep going. So what I want to show you tonight is the bundle we're going to be working on. And if you are interested in bundles, there's an extra 10%. So usually when you purchase a bundle, you get 10% off the price of purchasing the bundle. But at the moment, to the end of the month, there is an extra 10% off any bundles you purchase. So that's the bundles with the stamps and the dies. And then I think there is also a discount on the cut and emboss machines as well. So hello, Jean. Hello, Deborah. Thank you very much for joining us. So at the moment, it is a really good time to purchase the stamp and die bundles, okay? So it's not including the punches. It's only the stamp and die bundles. Now, we're going to be playing with the Tune In bundle tonight. Now, I'm going to admit this, but this is one bundle when I first looked at the catalogue, I went, no, I'm not buying that. Yes, I have purchased it. And I think because there is an element of fun to this one. And so hopefully tonight we can make it fun. And one of the ideas too with this is not that tonight's card is a male-orientated card, because it's not, but I want to try to make this up one day as a male-orientated card, because I did say to myself at the beginning of this year that I was going to do more cards for the men in my life. So you've got this really great stamp set, very retro in design, and you've got these fantastic dies that goes with it. So we're going to give this a bit of a try. So this is my first time playing with it. So let me show you where my thoughts are heading. So I've decided to start with a card base in basic black, and then I'm going to do a card insert in white, and we may put some decoration on that. So my card base is 10.5 centimetres by 29.9, scored at 14.9. My card insert is 10 by 14.4. I then have a piece of the Summer Splash, which I'm going to use as a mat, and that is also 10 by 14.4. I've then got a piece of Smoky Slate, which I've already run through with one of the 3D Basics embossing folders, just to give it a little bit of texture. So there it is there, and that piece is 9.7 by 14.1. So let's just pop this piece aside for the moment, because I don't want to pop that in there yet, but let's start by putting these pieces together, and then we'll work on with the next lot. So let me grab my bone folder. I'm going to get my card base and fold it in half. Now this is just half a sheet of A4 cardstock. If you're using the American letter size, then you would just use again a half sheet of the American letter size, which is 4¼ inches by 11. So you would score it at 5.5. Okay, so let me adhere these two here together and grab my glue. So I hope you've all been having, or I hope you've all had a lovely long weekend if you're here in Australia, which I think everybody so far is. If there's anyone watching, we just had a long weekend. It was King's birthday weekend. So that was a lot of fun. I had my boys, a couple of them came and visited. So that was nice to have, which was good, because one of my sons built me a new computer, but we're just still having a few internet issues. So we're hoping we've got everything working at the moment. You went camping, Deborah. Nice. Where did you go camping? Anywhere special? Okay, so that's the start of my retro card. Okay, did forget to mention, because this is also Template Tuesday, I am working off a template. So here's my template that I'm working off. Sorry, I should have brought this up. So as you can see, a basic black card base, which I've used here, but I just like the black. Oh, we're back again. Sorry about that. I'm not quite sure. We've also got a very windy outside today because it's snowing apparently at up in the mountains a bit higher up. So we might have a bit of wind, which could be causing problems. But just not quite sure what's happening. Okay, so you went camping along the Murray River. Nice, lovely. That would be fun. So we're trying to get a very much of a retro feel here. So there is my card base done. I've decided to use this piece here as my strip to go across, but I haven't worked out yet how big I want that piece to be. So let me just bring in, this is the die that's going to cut our TV. So instead of a circle, I'm going to be using this. Hi, Deb. Thank you for joining us. So that's going to sit there. So if I grab my small little ruler here, and I'm going to, I don't want this piece to be bigger. So I'm thinking probably around about 5 centimeters. So let me just grab my trimmer. Let's cut this piece here down to 5 centimeters by I'm going to make it a 10. Okay, let's just cross our fingers we have no more internet problems. It's got me a little bit worried here. Okay, so that piece then can go from there to there. Now, is that where I'm going to have my, I might bring that down just a little bit, but I'm just going to use multi-purpose glue to pop this piece on. Love these new ink colours. And it's probably the first time I've really got into using this designer series paper as well in the ink colours. It's just, I love the circles and the stripes. I just think they're gorgeous. Okay, so there's our pretty in pink piece. And we're going to have that sitting on top of there. Okay, so that's where we're heading. Okay, so we've also got some strips here. So I've pulled in 3 2-centimeter wide strips in the Lemon Lolly, the Summer Splash, and the Petunia Pop. So they're the strips that I thought I might pop behind here. So let's just work out which ones we're going to put where. So we could have 1, 2. I think the pink one can go on top. So I'm going to grab a pencil and just mark the different lengths I want to have of these. So I'm just using this as an idea guide, and I'm going to have that one probably at that sort of length, this one a bit higher up, maybe not that high, maybe about there, and then this one about there. Okay, so let's just grab our trimmer again. And so all I've done is taken a piece which was probably about 15 centimetres in length and just cut a 2 centimetre strip. So I'm going to now just cut these off and then we'll flag them. So we've got that one we're going to have around about there. This piece around about there. Just not going to get rid of these pieces just yet. And then this one here, possibly around about that length. So just sort of playing with this a little bit all by ear. Grab my rubber here and get rid of these little pencil marks. Okay. So let's bring this piece in again and grab our snips and we'll flag the bottom end. So the easiest way to flag them is roughly cut up through the centre about halfway, and I've cut it probably about 1/2 centimetre, and then I'm just going to cut from the edge into each centre there. So I should have 2 little pieces that come off just like that. Well, there's one there. So there's that one. So let's do the same again on this one. Just go roughly halfway in the middle, cut up about 1/2 centimetre, and then cut from corner to corner, just like that. There's 2, and then our last one. So these pieces were going to sit, now which one was my longest? I think these 2 are around about the same sort of size. That one there. I think in the original design, I just didn't take into account my different in heights at the top there, but I'm quite okay with pulling that down a little bit. Maybe if I cut a little bit off this yellow piece, my lemon lolly, I can always cut another piece if I have to. So they just need to be staggered a bit. Something like that. Okay, let's just glue these down. Probably could have made these all a little bit longer, taking into account the top, but that's all right. Pop that one about there. That one just about there. So it's just really putting these pieces in. I think that will still maybe need to just bring these down a little bit. And our last bit, last one can sit just about there. Let's have a look. Let me bring this up a bit there on my desk. Just not quite happy with that one. Okay, I might just, we're just going to play with it. We'll make this work. Probably should have had these a little bit longer. Cut off too much, I think. See if I can lift these up, because I might just recut them if I can. Didn't put too much glue on them. There we go. Let's just recut those and start those again. A little bit of a gluey mess there, but that's okay. That's what happens when we do create. Let's grab those colours again. 1, 2, 3. Just making sure I haven't got them lying somewhere. No. Okay, so let's just cut this at 2 centimetre strip. There's one. Two. Three. I'll flag these first this time round. Now, I do have to let you know there won't be any live this Friday. Every year I go to an embroidery weekend and in Mittagong. So it's an embroidery Stitches in the Highland retreat run by a local patchwork shop in Berrima, and every year I've been going to it, and it's this year and it goes for 3 days. So I'm going to be taking my patchwork with me, and usually I take something along like some embroidery or something, but this year I have to take my paper piecing. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's take this piece, scrappy piece here off. We're going to stick these over the top. So let's have a look at our picture and see if we can get our lengths better this time. So that one there is going to go to there, and I'm probably going to cut that about there. That's better. So I might just grab my little trimmer just to make this a little bit quicker. So we'll put some glue on the back of that, and we'll stick that right over the top of that mess, and that will hide that. Then this one here is going to go, actually that one there probably could have gone underneath. Okay, well let's have a look. We go there. I'm going to leave that. I'm not going to try to. So I'm just going to cut about that much off there, and I'm going to pop that one. It isn't going to be exactly the same as what they have there before, and that's okay. I want to see if I can just wriggle that in underneath. I don't know whether I can. That can go there like that. And I'm going to pop that one there. Not quite in the same order as they've done it, but I'm going to make that work. Because by the time that comes over the top, that will be fine. Okay, so there's those on there. Just going to got a little bit of glue there. A little bit of glue which I didn't want there, so I'm just using this rubber here, just gently trying to get some of it off. Unfortunately, my rubber was a bit dirty, so it's come a little bit of black, but that's okay. We'll get that all off. You just want to do this gently because it can rub the colour out of your designer series paper if you're not careful. There we go. That's okay. So there's that part of our card so far. So now I've decided to do, because I want that real retro look, I've grabbed a little bit of this from the Country Woods, and I'm going to die cut my TV out in that, because I don't know about you, but when I was a kid growing up, we had a timber TV. Let's get rid of all that rubbish. So I've got my plates here. And one of them the other day decided to snap, so I'm hoping it's going to cut this all okay. Got that in there. So has anyone else bought this stamp set as yet? Or has anyone bought the hamburgers? So there's our TV, which is going to go on there. Now I've got a piece of basic white here, and we're going to do a little bit of stamping. And I thought I might use the stay tuned for an important message. So let's just grab this out. This is a photopolymer stamp. So just a scrap of, I just wonder if I've got a smaller piece of the basic white rather than using that one. Just need to make sure that it's going to fit the die piece is going to cut. So let me find that die piece. Here are all our bits and pieces. So yes, that will fit in there. Now what I do want to do is put a little bit of adhesive sheet on the back. This is just going to make it all a lot easier to adhere all this together. So I've just popped that on there. Whoops, haven't got that on screen. Sorry about that. So I've just popped a piece of adhesive sheet on that. I'm going to turn that over. I have got some Summer Splash and my ink there. I want to ink that up. And we're just going to hold that down for a few seconds just to let that ink adhere into the surface. Oh, didn't. Pop that on there. And run that through. So there's our stay tuned on there. I've also got some silver foil here, a piece of silver foil. And with this, I'm going to cut wonderful dies. We've got this piece here, which cuts out the, supposed to be the speakers for the bottom of our TV and some dials. You also have an antenna. And then you've got all these bits and pieces here. So you could cut this piece out and have it on TV screen. There's two antennas. Just wondering. They don't fit within each other, but I'm going to be using that one anyway. I want to have lightning bolts. Got those diamonds. This piece here and bigger diamonds. There's quite a few fun pieces that you could play around with this. So let me just pop all those to one side. For the moment, I want this piece, but I'm thinking I might do that one there in black. I'm not quite sure yet, so we'll just do this piece, but I also want to pop on some adhesive sheet onto the back of this piece here as well. So I just want to make sure I cut it down to size. I don't want it to be too big. The adhesive sheet sticking out. we're back again. I'm terribly sorry about that. So there's our silver adhesive sheet, piece of adhesive sheet going back onto our silver foil. Grab our plates. Put those onto there. I'm just going to cut that out anyway in the silver and just see what it looks like. But I'm also thinking it should be probably in the black. I know why there's a wider piece, because there's a stamped image with that on there. So let's take that piece and take that and pop that out, because I might cut a black one as well. So there's our piece to go there. Then we've got two little like buttons. Who remembers the TVs when you had to get up, walk over and change the channel? I certainly do. So this is just a piece of black I had from a previous card. So let's just pop that in there. And we'll do one of these in blue and sort of see what it's going to look like. Hello, Joan. How are you? Thank you for joining us. We're playing with Tune In. Okay, so let's just have a look at this card and start putting some of these pieces together. So we've got a bit of adhesive, so let's peel this off. Just get rid of those for the moment. There, this little piece here, take the backing off that one as well. Just there, like that. Mike has been playing up all day. Just need my tweezers, I think, here just to hold this little piece. I might put one on either side. If I'd moved the screen across a little bit, I could have had them down the side there, but I think one on either side's fine. And we'll pop the other one. Just about there. So let's have a look. So we've got that. I've got our antenna piece, which I'm going to sit about there. Looks like I've got a little bit more glue there to come off. So we're back. Seems like I'm playing peekaboo tonight with my internet. So I'm just popping some dimensionals onto the back of this TV. And I'm going to pop that just about there. Now with these antennas, because I've got now a height difference between here, I don't necessarily antennas up the top. Now I'm down with buddy to take the adhesive bit off. But what I'm going to the adhesive sheet, and I'm just trimming off just that little bit there. So I've just left the adhesive sheet on there and just taken it off the base. And I'm just going to sit that just there. So those antennas are going to sit up a little bit. Okay. So now I've got beside my card insert. So there's the front of our card. Of course, we could add all sorts of things, but I think I've got enough happening on that at the moment, because we could add any of these pieces here. And I could have added the silver if I wanted to put silver onto that, but I think there's enough of the silver down there. I think it needs that little bit of black just to tie it into our card base. But you could die cut any of these things out and add extra pieces around, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to move some of these dies out of the road and some of this rubbish out of the road. Don't want to lose any of these bits and pieces. And I've got my card base, so stay tuned for an important message. And what's going to be our important message? I think it's going to be happy birthday. So let me just grab another block. This time I'm going to do my happy birthday in basic black or in black. This is my pause. What I do want to do, middle. That's a nice looking font too. And then because we also have these stars there in a stamp. Stars, diamonds, I call it. And I want to bring a little bit of that in. Put my block on there with the splash. Of course, putting this, but I need to, but that's fine. One turn that around. The other one there. And we're going to pop this inside our card. Get a nice rub there to make sure that glue is spread around. So there we go. Of course, if we wanted to, I don't know whether I've got the colours that go with this. I don't think I have as yet. Excuse me. Oh, here we go, back again. Keep flicking in and out. Okay, so you could add extra bling. As I said, you could die cut any of these pieces here out. You've got these pieces which match what we've got on the inside, so that actually will die cut them out if you wanted to stamp them. And all around to add to this, but I think that is enough. So there's my template that we've got, some retro colors and the inside of my card there. Well, I'm going to leave it at that. As I said earlier, at the moment, at the month, if you purchase this as a bundle, remember you can get 10% off your die bundles up until the end of this month. So really worthwhile. So this is bundles that you can get. Also, don't forget the online exclusives. You've got bundles there as well. So there's quite a bit there to choose from. Yeah, get this and have some fun. You know, it's a fun sort of card. Now, remember, please, that I'm not going to be on live on Friday due to the fact that I am actually going to be at a weekend. So I hope you all We're back. Sorry about that. I'm going to go before we go again. Have a lovely weekend. I will see you hopefully next Tuesday night for another live. Take care. Have a wonderful evening. Bye for now.